Hello, tarot friends. It's Ultraviolet Morgan, and it's time for another unboxing and chance to win the 10-card Celtic Cross giveaway contest. So, we'll start off with the contest rules. This is the 2023 Celtic Contest, Celtic Cross giveaway. 5 chances to win. There'll be 5 unboxing videos, and this, I believe, is number 4. Each video I'll give you a code word with instructions to post down in the comments section. So you watch the unboxing, you listen for the code, you enter the code in the comments. Enter it at the beginning of your enter at the beginning of your comment so I can quickly and easily find the entries. Don't hide it in there somewhere. Put it right at the beginning. You must be a subscriber. 1 entry per person per video. So each video is 1 chance to win. The winner can be anywhere in the world, and the winner will be selected by live drawing. Once I get 5 videos up, I'll give it a little time, and then I will announce the cutoff date. And then, on air, when I do a live drawing, I will do a physical drawing. So that's how that works. The prize is a free 10-card Celtic Cross reading by me at a time decided by us. We will either do a live unboxing or we'll do it, not a live unboxing. It'll be a live read, and then we can either do it private where I send you a link, or we can just do it public, however you want to do it. So, and we'll set the time up between me and the winner. So, on to the good part, the meat of this video. It's a tarot of the mystical moments. Unboxing, first impressions. I mean, obviously I've seen this deck before in other videos. I received this deck as Valentine's or birthday gift from Tio, otherwise known as Tarot Oracle, the famous tarot king of YouTube. If you don't know Tarot Oracle, check him out. He goes live almost every day of the week around at about 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And now, in case I decided to do a timestamp, at 3 minutes and 27 seconds, it's time to look at the tarot of the mystical moments. I love this box. It's got silver corners. I like this sort of imposed border. Okay. There's the back. Interesting. This is showing. Now, I know this is a deck with horrendous borders, so unless they did a new version and this is a borderless version, they're not showing borders on the back, so it's pretty interesting. Popular inspirational artist Katrin Waltz-Stein has created a magical tarot deck in her signature collage style with lush images drawn from her intuition and imagination. A uniquely feminine point of view and 5 bonus cards. Extra female versions of the 4 Kings and the Emperor. Oh, that's nice. Readers can customize the deck by choosing which card to include in their readings. Gilded edges and a 96-page guidebook with upright and reverse meanings. Of course, one thing I am fond of saying is tarot cards don't have meanings, they have possible interpretations. Here's another edge of the box with the flowers, really pretty. And We've got the little cutout, makes it a little easier. So, Tarot of the Mystical Moments. The deck, or the book, has introduction. And then each card is numbered. There's no image, which I don't think we really need. Let's see. But I do think that's really all that's in the deck. There's a different sort of page for the female King of Pentacles card. Okay, that's interesting. Upright meanings are the same. Okay. All right, so then we have reading with the mystical moments. So we have a spread and a little bit about the artist. Okay. Super basic book. I think we'll be all right though. We'll be all right. Comes nice, comes wrapped. Second time. We got silver gilded edges. Oh no. Oh no. Isn't this the one with the great big blue? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought this was the one with the great big blue borders. Now I'm going to be bummed if there's big blue borders and this beautiful gilded edge, because who wants to cut off the beautiful gilded edge? Tarot of Mystical Moments creates her distinctive. Maybe it's a different deck I'm thinking of, because there's no big blue borders. Okay. I am really curious if I thought this was the one with the giant borders. It doesn't say that it's a borderless version, or it doesn't say version 2 or anything like that. I'll give you a moment to think about it. I was doing an unboxing last night, which I did not do for a giveaway video. I just did the unboxing and I was falling asleep. I was starting to, so I don't know. There may be some issues with it. Tarot of... I unboxed the Woodland Warden's Oracle. Tarot of the unboxing. Where'd it go? Tarot of the Mystical Moments. Borders? Maybe this is not the one I was thinking of? Someone help me out. What is the deck with the giant borders? Blue borders? I must be confusing this deck with another deck. This isn't showing borders. What is the deck I am thinking of? Anybody know? The deck I'm thinking of. Maybe it's a different one that's still with TL. Okay. Well, we're gonna hop in, guys. It's already 9 minutes into the video. Wow, sorry. Sorry, guys. I don't think Siri will turn on the flashlight for me. Hey, Siri. No. Never mind, go to sleep. Okay. Okay. This does feel a little in the shadows. All right, the Fool card. I could zoom in a little bit. A little bit more of a zoom in. Not too much. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide this in somewhere to remind me to give out the code word. Okay. So we have the Fool. Oh my. Okay. So I think this is Thoth inspired because we have the crocodile and she's standing on top of it, and it's sort of doing it's almost got the lamniscate shape. Well, it kind of does if you count the mouth coming up like that. That is really pretty fascinating. Says it's about creative power, talent, and potent energy. There's a hand holding a magic hat. Okay, where's that? Oh, that's the magician. Sorry. Jeez. The Fool, an adventuresome young girl, begins her journey by walking through a blooming garden. Okay, right. The Fool is pure and innocent and ventures out unencumbered. She enjoys herself and is curious about her surroundings. Her companion is a small bird, which represents the liberty to go anywhere. Okay. The path she is walking on is actually the tail of a huge crocodile hiding in the shadows of the garden. Right. But the Fool is not aware of the danger in front of her. She knows that life is full of surprises, and one has to be willing to take risks in order to experience life fully. Okay, and the meanings given are spontaneity, bold beginnings, adventure, naivete, new horizons, and potential. And the reverse, fearful of the unknown, extremely cautious, or foolish. Okay. So this artwork is a little, I feel like I really want more light on. Is that more lit up? I don't know. Okay. This artwork is a little bit more small than I'm kind of used to. At least this imagery. But it does show, you know, she's standing kind of on the tip of the iceberg. It's really kind of interesting. There's a lot more going on than meets the eye. These are the backs. The backs are kind of plain, right? The magician, we see this girl with, it looks like a party hat, like a birthday party hat. She's got a wand. Oh, these are so pretty. Okay. These are so pretty. And this hand is holding a hat, so she's inside of a magician's hat. There's a lot of details going on. I like this. This is something we can work with. Oh my. And then here's this neighborhood in the background. Or underneath her. So she's lifted up. This is very similar to the aces, right? The traditional aces shows an item in a hand. And the magician is the #1 card. So we've got ace energy. Here, ooh, the high priestess. I love this with the curtains. We have her wearing the traditional blue, but she's in sort of Victorian style clothing. And we have this ship, and we have this really kind of mystical water, and we've got the sky and the moon behind her. So rather than the ocean or the water being hidden behind the veil, we actually have curtains instead of pillars. So instead of the curtain and pillar, or the veil and the pillar, we have curtains as pillars. But this is, so far, it's very dreamy, I feel like. We've got, like, the clouds are sort of superimposed. But I do feel like this really represents the subconscious the same way that it might in the traditional imagery, or the imagery that we're used to. I don't like to say that Rider-Waite-Smith is traditional or original. Traditional, I guess, is okay. It's not the original deck. And she wears a shell, a necklace around her neck, which is really interesting to me. You know, if you hold the shell up to your ear, you can, you just hear air echoing, really. But they say you can hear the ocean, so it's like communication and travel, and but it's, yeah, like this. The Empress, oh boy, really beautiful. So we got all these flowers coming into bloom, and then if you look, the little kidney bean here, she does have a baby, so she is a pregnant empress. But it's depicted in a very different way. And this is a different flower, like a lily and a rose. I love the way this is like, almost like Alice in Wonderland type of vibes, because it's like dreamy, otherworldly. Okay, the Emperor. Wow. So his mustache is these tree branches, which would suggest maybe that he's a tree, or tree-like in some way, that he's ancient, that he's strong, that he's got roots, you know, he's firmly rooted. But then oh, time for something. You know, you got the buildings here to show kind of the empires that he's building, because he's an emperor, right? And we've got like his regalia, and then I can't really tell what's going on down here. If anyone can tell me what's going on down here, I'd love to hear it. And we have sort of the natural world. So we've got the natural world, and sort of above that, almost like the Tower of Babel, which is super interesting because we know the Tower of Babel fell, you know. And when I was first learning the tarot, and I would hear the Emperor song, or see the Emperor, and I was trying to connect it with things, I would think of Vida La Vida. That was When I Ruled the World, and it's about the rise and the fall of this, you know, titan of some sort, this king or emperor, or, you know, whatever he is. And now he sweeps the streets that he used to rule. So I can kind of get that, like, the rise and fall from this emperor. I don't know if anybody else would see that, but it's just a little bit of what I got. Oh, that's okay. Oh, now we have the female emperor. Oh, this one is very interesting. We got sort of devil vibes, right? Because she's got these people on a string. And she's very, she looks like a traditional historic emperor, but I really can't think of who, but that's a male. But yet, of course, she's a woman. She's larger than life. She rules over the whole thing. This is like, I don't know if this is Versailles. It just came in my head, but I feel like this is quite possibly an actual historical location. And we have the checkerboard floor. It doesn't say in the book that there's a specific place, but here's an example of what it says. It says, long braids symbolize her considerable experience and intelligence. The emperor is holding thin ropes which are tied to the people on the ground. The people are proportionately small and appear like powerless marionettes, manipulated and controlled by the emperor, but the emperor is also protecting her subjects. So there we have a difference in the description of the female emperor, because this book does go into, you know, with meaning of the art, which is nice. And I see a lot of decks don't do that, and a lot of people asking for that. So that's a good thing to note. We have the Hierophant, number 5. This, again, has a little bit of a Alice in Wonderland feeling. This is really strange and out of proportion. You know, we've got this gigantic bird with a book. It's top of a tree. It's very dreamy. It's very, you know, it's the tarot of the mystical moments. It is a mystical moment. She's kind of, yeah, she looks like Alice in the tree. And this owl looks, to me, very stiff, very like a decoy, like it's made of wood, or I don't know, it just doesn't, to me, look like it's alive, although it could be. Very interesting. The tree is kind of, you know, is smaller basically than the owl in the tree. Right? We have the moon, and we have the crescent moon inside of the full moon. And this is a female-centered deck, so we have a female, and then we have an animal. I kind of have a little bit of a peeve when people say, oh, I like animal decks because there's no gender. It's like, animals are male and female. Animals are not, you know, I mean, there isn't human imposed gender, but there's still the binary of male and female. And yeah, female and female animals look different from each other. So someone who knows would know that, you know, whatever's being depicted is male or female. You know, if you see a lion with a mane, then you know that it's a male lion, regardless of, you know, I don't know. So here's the Lovers. And see, I mean, here's an example. The bird, of course, we could say could be male or female. It's probably male because male birds have more coloring. The female birds a lot of times are very gray looking, very bland. She's got a butterfly in her hair and other butterflies. And we do have the trees in the background, kind of similar to the trees that we traditionally see depicting the Garden of Eden. But this doesn't show an angel. You don't really see any type of what we call traditional imagery in terms of, you know, which I really like. It's very recognizable as Rider-Waite-Smith style, but you don't see, you know, angels and those things, I guess. Like, you see a very individual interpretation. So this shows the Lovers. This gives more of a Lovers being about love and uniting, and you could go with sort of the alchemical, the alchemical marriage or whatever type of thing. You don't really see choice depicted here, I don't feel, which is fine. Like, not everybody reads the Lovers as choice. The Chariot, this is really cool. I need to quite a ways into this. This is really cool because we have this woman driving this chariot, or she almost seems like to be part of it. It's really hard to say, but it's a snail. Is it a snail or a slug? I think it's a snail. We don't have, there's no concern for having like two separate beasts or whatever pulling different colors, different directions, any of that. We just have, and there's a sort of castle in the background. There's no, oh yeah, there's a little road underneath them. So this is a woman riding a snail, which also appears to be an extension of her body. Yeah, that's right. I did notice that. This actually reminds me of The Neverending Story for some reason. I think this whole deck could kind of give you that kind of vibe. The spiral shape of her headdress shows she's relying on the strength of her own mental powers and her will as much as the physical energy of the snail to progress forward. The chariot is on a journey, striking out on her own. is leaving the past behind, which is represented by the castle. Okay, so she's going away from the castle. And yet the snail is very slow, right? Will take time to reach the destination, but the charioteer keeps focus, and she will reach her goal in the end. I really like that, because I like the fact that the snail is slow. It's a slow and long journey. It's not a swift movement. It's just determination, you know? So it lists here control, willpower, success, action, discipline, and determination. Right? That's really a good, I feel like this, yeah. I feel like this is would be a really good deck for personal work, for sure. Oh, strength. Look at that. And so she's kind of dressed like a lion herself, or a cheetah maybe. She's wearing an animal print dress. You know, you get this sort of sense like everything sort of blends together. Everything's sort of very much a dream situation. This just says cat ears and cat tail. It doesn't say a type of cat. Okay, that's good. These are a little bit stuck together, but not bad. The hermit. Oh, nice. We have a mermaid up on top of a lighthouse, and she's apparently fishing, which seems like a strange thing. And then we see the round world, and a couple of ships. So what's really interesting to me about this is that the mermaids, well, I guess mermaids, so there's mermaids and there's sirens, and we usually think of mermaids as saving sailors and sirens as luring them, you know, to their death. So the mermaid is on top of the lighthouse, which helps, you know, the sailors to not, you know, crash on the rocks. But yeah, she's sitting here on top, so I don't know if she's blocking the light or if she's helping. And again, she's proportionately kind of large and strange. And so, let me see. From her high position, she can look out over her vast surroundings. She's connected to the darkening sky, which represents knowledge, spirituality, and wisdom. She is alone with her inner thoughts. She holds up a lantern in the dark, illuminating way. Oh, so this is a lantern here. It's a very strange lantern that doesn't have any physical form, which I kind of like, you know. With her bright light, she is able to share her knowledge as she guides the ships to safety. Okay, so she is the lighthouse. She does have the lantern. She does have the guidance. I don't know why I was confused by that. I guess I was feeling like this was just a star and that this, like, pole was kind of disappearing into it. So I did kind of need the book to clue me in on that. There's, like, this sort of aura around it. There's these clouds. And so around her, there's more clarity. And beyond her, there's cloudiness. There's confusion. Right? Okay. Oh, my goodness. Wheel of Fortune. Talk about the wheels turning. Do you hear clicking when you see this? Like, just my brain hears, yeah, the gears clicking. This is really cool. And I love this background is like old-fashioned paintings, you know, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. It just gives you that whole mystical feeling. I want to look at the book, okay? Part of me is like, don't look at it. See, this is, I think, looking at the book for a couple of cards is a good idea, maybe. Just to kind of get a feel, you know, for what the artist is doing, I guess. But also, I feel like this is a really good deck to explore on your own and just see what kind of associations you come up with all on your own. So her dress reveals her internal apparatus. Each wheel is but a single cog in the larger machinery. Their ability to operate depends on all other working parts. See, now I really like that. As opposed to one wheel that kind of controls everything. We have this interdependent system, which is more true, I think, to reality. The wheel at the top holds her heart. Her happiness or sadness depends entirely on how her fate is turning. Oh my goodness, right? The watch in the woman's hand represents the eternal cycles of time we are all subjected to, and the clouds in the sky show that life is forever changing. I don't see a whole lot of clouds. I mean, I guess it's sort of cloudy. That's really super amazing to me. There's the watch. I love this. Justice. Ooh, the Lady of Justice. And again, she's bigger than the building. She's got this great big scale, which is even proportionately bigger than her. She seems to be holding it as if it's nothing. This definitely is a scene out of a dream. Her dress is so lush. And the cloud, her hair sort of melds with the clouds. She's got this great big sword. She's just fearless and beautiful, and her eyes are kind of closed. I feel like she doesn't give a fuck. DGF. Like, she just marches on, she does her thing, and she doesn't second guess herself. She kind of just doesn't, I don't know what the word is. I don't want to say she doesn't judge, because obviously she doesn't judge. Like, she doesn't care. She doesn't have feelings about what she's, doing. She just does what she does, if that makes sense. She just does what she does. Ooh, the Hanged Man is upside down. And again, it's very Alice in the Garden, right? Clouds on the dress. I had some dreams. There were clouds in my coffee. And we have, there's a zipper. So Alicey. So Alicey, in my opinion. Just layers of different things happening. And I love Alice in Wonderland. So this is officially not an Alice in Wonderland deck, but it definitely fits it in so many ways. Not just the specific characters, but the feeling of it, Here's Death. I love this Death. So I have another deck that I really like that shows this sort of. Oh, it's the Rachel True's True Heart Tarot. Shows kind of pulling back the skin and showing the exposed. Oh, but that's, I don't know. Yeah, that is the Death card. We've got the lilies and the butterflies. So I feel like we get the sort of death and rebirth and sadness and grief and the physicality of it. I don't know. I really like that. It's definitely a part of me that wants to look in the book. And then there's that part that says, I think that, we can certainly discover on our own beyond the book. But still, the book does give a framework that maybe sort of could be limiting in some ways. But I just feel like I really need to know some thoughts on this. Death. Partly skeleton, she seems to be dead, but she is in fact full of life. Her body is a vessel for blooming flowers. The white lilies emerging out of her skeleton are a symbol of purity, innocence, and hope. So you don't often think about purity, innocence, and hope with death, right? The woman gazes at a butterfly resting on one of the lilies, a symbol of resurrection and life. The butterfly also stands for transformation, change, and hope. This card shows us that death is not the end, but the start of a powerful new beginning. Nice. Temperance. Yes, it's got the Victorian. So she's holding a bird, and she's got, I don't know what in her other hand. Maybe looks like some leaves or herbs or something. Or maybe it's just that one is flying, one is staying. The bird has left her hand. So that kind of sense of opposites. She's very gauzy. She's not very... This part of her is physical and corporeal. This part is less so. It's really interesting. Again, you don't see the rivers and the standard thing, and yet, you know, we have, this looks like cherry blossoms, sakura tree, and dragonflies. Really, really pretty. The devil. This is fantastic. There's this red, bright red mushroom, and she's on top of the mushroom. She seems to be a spider woman. She's got cherries, which maybe could represent temptation, sweetness. So this devil, like the death card, this is a very different way of looking at things. Very different. You see this, the web, so there's the entrapment, you know. Come in, said the spider to the fly. She's tempting. I guess you could, yeah. She's tempting you in, but it just, yeah. Also, I love that, like, I have a deck that shows, I have some decks that show tempting devils, but they usually are males, so this is really cool that we have this female spider woman. Oh boy, the tower. Look at that. I love this. I love this embrace. Like, there's such beauty in these cards. There's so much more to these cards. And the book gives very concise little explanations. Some people feel like, oh, I need more or whatever. I like it when there's just enough. Just a little jumping off point, you know? I don't know. I guess some people want to be... I mean, it's interesting when you get a book and it's got a really long, you know, several pages on each card or whatever, but I feel like a part of tarot is that interaction that we do between ourselves and the tarot. That happens, that's personal, that happens, you know, personal gnosis, I guess. It's like between the reader and the card. It just can't, it's not in a book. You can write it down in your notes or whatever, but, and that's fine, but I just feel like it's missing when everything's handed to you exactly on a plate. This tower is it's just this loving embrace that's at the same time is destructive, right? And the clouds, the hair is the clouds. It's great. The star. So we have the star fairy, and then we have this sort of like Russian building, castle. And then these leaves and this is darkness, and at first I thought it was water. It looks almost underwater-ish, but it's not. But I think you can still conceive of it that way if you want to. It's a plant. These are the leaves. And then on top of the flower is the castle and the star goddess. And the star of the card is down here with the fairy. It's on up high. So it's So that adds some layers of meaning. And it could take away the idea of a star as guidance, but not necessarily, because you can still bring any of the symbolism that you interpret or that you bring with the star, not the star card, but stars, as guidance. But that, you can think of the guidance being, within yourself, your inner guidance, or, I don't know, this is just has more of a personal power, like it's not out there, it's within you, you have it, kind of a thing to me. Gorgeous moon card, gorgeous. So again, you don't have the balance, you don't have the towers, you only have one animal, and then, or one dog or wolf, whichever one. And I couldn't say. It almost looks like a giant squirrel, but it's not. But, and then instead of the crawfish coming up out of the waters, we have, this woman has, so she's like Ursula, right? The sea witch. Because she has these, I think that's very fitting with the moon, actually. These tentacles, like she's an octopus, right? Because it goes with the theme of deception that you sometimes have with the moon. Also, I get the, dreaming, longing even for something. I love this great big moon. It's really pretty. The sun. Look at that. How her head is the sun. And then now we have this bird. It made me think of Hunger Games, the Mockingjay. But this, we have one eye covered, right? And that traditional sort of white on one side, black on the other, one eye covered. Illuminati confirmed and all that. Every time someone covers their eye, right? Very, very cool. Kind of makes me feel like there's no light without darkness. There's no darkness without light. There's at least no shadow without light. And there's no light without shadow. The judgment. So, and this also has a kind of a yin-yang feeling about it, right? So each side of the yin-yang symbol has within it, its opposite, contains its opposite. Judgment. This is really cool. Her hair is to die for, right? I love this judgment card. She's blowing the trumpet. She's waking people up. This is a serious wake-up call. Look at how serene she looks, though. She's just ready to... She is about to blow this horn and wake the dead. Literally wake the dead. And she just looks so calm and serene. It's like, I am here to do my job. I am ready. This is happening. Buckle in. Buckle in, bitches. Okay, the world. Oh my God, I love it. So we actually have the globe within her dress. And then, what is this? This would be the moon. Why does this look like it's the earth? Maybe this is the moon. Interesting. Interesting. And she's also got that Marie Antoinette hair. Looks like cinnamon buns, sort of. So now we're going to move on to the minors. We have the Ace of Wands. So the Magician had very traditional ace kind of throwback imagery, whereas the Ace of Wands actually doesn't. I mean, there are hands, but she opens the book and this flower springs out, which I just love. That is great Ace of Wands energy. This, I would say unexpected growth. Yeah. She looks a little disconcerted or something. I don't know. Two of Wands. Wow. So she's holding the globe. I like this because it's funny because these are so Victorian style, but this has kind of a modern feeling. of, instead of a prince or whoever on a castle, it's the same idea, but she's on the roof. Like, it's relatable, you know, it's relatable that she's out. She's again not proportionate. So again, it's relatable, but it's not real. It's a dream. And then she's got the whole entire world on her lap. Certainly not proportionate. But she's looking out. She's looking out beyond. So I love that. 3 of Wands. Wow. This is so powerful. This one I feel like, you know, this is like boss babe to me. Captain of industry kind of feeling. She is going out to conquer. 3 of Wands. She's got the ship in her hand. She is taking she's not waiting for her ship to come in. She's taking control of her future. She is taking the opportunities. Preparation meets luck. Luck is where preparation meets something. I don't know. Opportunity, that's what it is. I mean, she has taken the step, and she's taken her future into her own hands. Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. 4 of Wands. We have this sort of balance here. We got 2 people on top of the, and there's 4 poles are the trees. And we've got lights strung. This is very strange, proportion wise, and like, it's just, you know, very interesting. They're dancing together, and they're under the, you know, they're in between the 4 poles on top of this sort of tower. Very, very interesting. 5 of Wands. So you see, 5 of Wands usually is about oh, I think I blinded myself with the silver on it. Okay, so the bags are kind of bland. I gotta take a moment. I mean, they're really pretty and intricate, but like, there's no color. There's just this sort of light gray. But then I realized how well they go with the edges, and how interesting it is, because the cards themselves are so colorful. It's really just such a pop compared to the backs. But I like how the backs are just, they don't pull your attention away, you know? They're intricate and yet so nondescript at the same time. 5 of Wands. So you think of 5 of Wands in terms of combat, I guess, or, you know, fighting. But this goes more with a little bit of strategy. And actually, usually 5 of Wands, the way that I've learned it, is often about sort of being disorganized and having no real guidance, direction, leadership. So this says she faces 5 opponents while playing a chess match. So these are her opponents. Okay. Her skirt is patterned like a chessboard. Oh, that is her skirt. I didn't even realize that. And the other figures of the game are moving towards her, right? They're advancing. Each has a strong opinion and a different strategy, and they are all trying to win. Okay. And are they all men? No. Some of them are women. With so much opposition and conflicting efforts, the woman is struggling to find the right move. Competition can spark excitement, but it can also be a distraction when everyone is at cross purposes. Very cool. Very cool. 6 of Wands. Wow. So this is our victory card in recognition. And usually you see this person's in a parade. There's no parade, there's no other people. This person is by themselves, but they are sort of above. And this is a hummingbird, by the way, which hummingbirds are super fascinating. And she's holding the flower, like she's holding the bird This is like the carrot and the stick, or whatever, the carrot to lead the horse. She's kind of holding the bird up because she's got the flower. So I think she can probably control it too. When you think of Six of Wands in terms of travel, I think that probably, usually it's travel by land. So this is definitely a little bit, you know, in a different direction, as this deck is. Six of Wands. An accomplished woman rides triumphantly on a beautiful hummingbird. She's conquered the bird, okay, by attracting him with a colorful flower. Having mastered many skills, she filled with pride and a deep sense of accomplishment. Others acknowledge and applaud her success as well, even though we don't see anyone. Now she can go on with her journey wherever she wants to go. 6 doves sitting on top of her riding stock. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see them. Look down at her in admiration. Oh, okay. Wow. 7 of Wands. Wow, so we have a strong man, but he's got love. And he's behind bars. And then we have the 2, I don't know what, flanking him. That's interesting. Strong man behind iron bars. He's in front of a red curtain that symbolizes his strong emotions and moral convictions. Okay, which this reminds me of the High Priestess. We have the red curtains. The man is defending his position by bending the bar with his bare hands. The 7 bars stand for all the challenges he has faced in life. His many tattoos tell the stories that emerge from these conflicts. They result out of his experiences with aggression, defiance, and the need to protect. He has always stood up for and defended what he believes in. Oh my gosh. 8 of Wands. It's really, I just think this deck is absolutely fantastic for self-growth. Personal growth, personal exploration. 8 of Wands. That quickly moving energy. And she's like an acrobat. Wow. This makes me feel like gives me like sort of bucket list energy, I guess. Doing those things that you've always wanted to do. Doing them now, not waiting. You know, that goes with the speed. Not waiting for anything, but just moving ahead with your life. Full steam ahead. 9 of Wands. Wow. And she's got, literally got chills. She's got all these You see 9. Okay, I thought these were, but these are thorns. She's got 9 scratches from the thorns on the rose. Really beautiful. 10 of Wands. She's got the flowers piled up on top of her. And still she's picking more. Give me some hoarder feels there. She's even got flowers on her dress. Wow. It's Page of Wands. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. She is inquisitive. She is an explorer. She is looking deeper into things. I mean, you don't even have to. You don't have to know. What does Page of Wands mean? I mean, you can read with that for sure. Wow. Knight of Wands. This is incredible. Anybody remember what the deck is with the giant blue borders? Because I thought it was this one, and clearly it is not. Knight of Wands. Wow. Just fearless. Jumping through the fire. Wow. Queen of Wands. Oh my goodness. We've got the sunflower. We've got the moss in the background. Interesting. It's like nighttime, but yeah, we have a sunflower. And her dress has got peacock eyes. Very interesting. I get a sense of her that she's fearless. She's definitely not afraid of the night. The King of Wands. Wow. And then we're going to have the King of Wands, the female King of Wands. Speaking the drum. And there's fire. Wow. This King of Wands. Oh my gosh. I love that. This hair makes me think of Star Wars. Anakin's mom. Oh, this is so beautiful. Ace of Cups. Look at that. This is just amazing. My gosh. Who would not want to receive this card in a reading? The Two of Cups, which is the picture on the box. So there are two separate bodies here, but it gives me the feeling of conjoined twins. It makes me think of American Horror Story with the one character that was played by Sarah Paulson. Definitely get that twin energy, or they look like twins, clearly, but and they're entwined, they're interconnected, they're not separable. Conjoined twins would make so much sense, even though that's not what they are. But it gives you that feeling. Three of Cups. This is really interesting. So this is like giving you the 1920s. They got the bobbed hair, but yeah, and they got the longer straight dresses, but with the fringe. I love the 20s and the hoops. It's really amazing. I would read the book on that, but I'm not gonna this time. I'm gonna resist because I do feel like there's things that I'm missing that are going on in this picture. But you know, I'm willing to explore. Take my time. Four of Cups. This is just too incredible of a deck. Too incredible of a deck. And we have this duck has brought this umbrella, and it is raining around her. This duck has brought this umbrella to the girl. It's sad. I don't know. It's just, there's other colors. It's so sweet. You have the Five of Cups, and you get the sadness, and this makes me feel like, again, a never-ending story. The, like, swamp of sadness. You feel like she's sinking into her melancholy, her depression, her sorrow, her grief. And these are sinking. And then these two are above water still. Six of Cups. You kind of do get a sense that she could be remembering something. Or, you know, she could just be viewing something, but wow. Huh. It is just so pretty. Seven of Cups. So this is the one where normally there's all the cups that are full of like wishes and dreams or whatever. So instead we have stars. You know, there's 7 that are more brightly stand out against the sky. She's pointing to one specifically though, so it's really interesting. 8 of Cups, our walking away card. And again, she's like a bug. She's like a ladybug. And all these animals are paired. There's pairs. 2, 4, 6, 8. But you see she's walking on this path. Away from us. Away from something. 9 of Cups. Wow. She has, I love this. This could be my favorite 9 of Cups ever. She has that satisfaction, and yet she doesn't have that sort of smarmy look that, I don't know, the 9 of Cups has a lot of times, but she definitely, you know, has a stance of like satisfaction and success, and, you know, I don't know, she's got everything she wants. They're really cool. Really, really cool. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh. You got the rainbow. You got these. Wow. Just makes me want to cry. I just love it. You got the 10 little fish, the little school of children. Oh. I love the way they're turned away so you can't really see their faces, but you get the full. Oh my god, oh my goodness. Page of Cups. This is my card and I love it. I just love it. Thoughtful, dreamy. Not grounded, not connected. In their own worlds, experiencing their own experiences. Knight of Cups. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This heart is a guitar or sitar, some type of stringed instrument, heartstrings, right? Wow. And there's like an aura. She's Indian and she's on this lotus flower. Oh. Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh. Venus de Milo, but she's seated and her hair is tentacles. Incredible. Okay. The reminder. What's the code word gonna be? What's a code word? 10 mystical. 10, number 10. Capital M, capital Y, capital S, capital T, capital I, capital C, capital A, capital L. 10 mystical. King of Cups. I feel like he is just dreaming of the things, his adventures, of his conquests, of the way he's going to change the world. He's not afraid to, he understands that everything starts with a dream and a vision. And we have the female king. Wow. Wow. We have the strength of the rock. This is like the rock of Gibraltar, right? The rock in the ocean. I'm gonna look in the book because I just want to see if she specifically references the rock of Gibraltar. Her crown is a giant octopus. Oh yeah, I missed that. Ships can move through the rock with the king's guidance. So it doesn't say Rock of Gibraltar, but it's definitely Rock of Gibraltar energy there. That steadiness. The steadiness in a turbulent sea. That is king energy. Man, both of these kings are great. Ace of Swords. So again, we have the hands, but in a different way. The sword is a key, and there's a lock. There's a lock in her hand, in her hair, which is the spiral. It's a shell, and it's a spiral. There's just so many things. So many things. Oh, well. See, I thought it was a woman. This says it's a man. But these were all women. Wears a hat with a spiral shape of a nautilus shell. Yeah, that's what it's called. Nautilus. Its center is a small keyhole that is a portal to the wisdom of the whole universe. Right. And it's swords, and it's the mind, and the key is in the, region of the brain. Mountains in the background. Very cool. Wow. See now? Doesn't that give you Mad Hatter vibes? Two of Swords. And we got these two birds pecking away at her head. She's got two separate sort of schools of thought, or thoughts, ideas, opinions, whatever. Kind of pecking away right at her. Very interesting. Wonder what the 3 is going to look like. Oof. Right? So this is probably the most sort of almost predictable imagery in the whole deck. Because it's very, as hard as a rose, it's being pierced by 3 arrows. It's very traditional in its way. We see red tears coming down. Four of Swords, we have the rest, and we have the swords being represented by these feathers for the air. This is really cool. Really cool. 5 of Swords. Ooh, their backs are turned to each other. Ooh. Harsh words were spoken, right? She's got half her face covered up, so she's wearing a little bit of mask, like and he's hidden in the shadows. So it's like neither one of them is being vulnerable, open to each other. They're instead of working as a team, they're pitted against each other. Harsh words were spoken is just what comes to me with that. 6 of Swords. How amazeballs. I love this. There's a star and an anchor, and she's floating above. And there's a little island. Makes me think of Lost. It almost looks like an alligator, but it's not, but it almost looks like it. Which could indicate just the idea of the earth being alive. I guess that's probably not meant to be there, but, 7 of Swords. Star card of trickery, right? So this is like a genie, kind of, or a dragon. It's like a rose dragon, but also an angel. Angels in the Bible are depicted like dragons sometimes, just very interestingly. So are they stealing the egg? I mean, that's what you would think, knowing what you know about the Seven of Swords, but it doesn't quite seem like that. And there's also a nest up here with an egg. It's really interesting. Ooh. Eight of Swords. So this is the first card that's made me go, wait, what does the Eight of Swords normally look like? Eight of Swords. Oh, okay, right. Oh, the Eight of Swords that we're used to. Okay. Not loading. Here we go. The Eight of Swords that we're basically used to is the woman tied by the beach. But then here, it's kind of an interesting, really can't see it that well because it's showing in the background. I'm interested in it, but it's not showing me what I want to see. Oh, okay, you do see her, and they're crossed in front of her, sort of blocking her way. So here she's in a cage. The lid is off, but the cage is, you know, too small for the wings, or the wings kind of go through the bars. So you do feel like in order to get out, it would be painful and difficult, but yet she can. And then she's surrounded by these trees, which represent the swords, but then there's also the rivers flowing in various directions, which is another interesting little tidbit. Holy Nine of Swords. Wow. Man, I feel like this is like judgment, or feeling judged, feeling like everyone's looking at you, or feeling too seen. And she's naked, feeling too seen, feeling exposed. Wow. Oh boy. So Ten of Swords, this is an interesting depiction with the hairpins. Everyone's poking a hairpin, and it's like everyone is poking at you. Everyone does not have good intentions towards you. They've all got their opinion. They've all got their criticisms. Wow. I love that. Wow. Page of Swords. It's like it just takes it to a new level. I love it. Page of Swords. Interesting. So he's on top of books, giving us that, you know, mental, and he's a graduate. He's starting out. He's got, you know, wishes and hopes for the future. He's up high in the clouds. Very cool. Ooh, Knight of Swords. Riding on a feather. There's like this newspaper article. She's got, it looks like a paintbrush. And then it looks like it sort of erased this cloud. Very interesting. Queen of Swords. I don't feel like I would read with this quite the same as most decks. Like it's giving me different messages. Huh. This Queen of Swords is so different. I don't get. I mean, she's above the world, so she's out and sort of away from everything. So I guess that gives her that distance and that sort of protectiveness. She's cool. She's from afar, you know. She's above it. King of Swords. We've got this bird thing going on. It's really cool. Let's see the female King of Swords. Oh. Okay, she's got a needle and thread. Very interesting. My gosh. I really like this one. This one. Meh. This one. Incredible. I have thoughts. I can't put them all into words right now, but Ace of Pentacles. Ah, flapper style again. Very cool. Seed coming up. It's already sprouting into 2. We have hands, but we don't have disembodied hands in this deck in the ace, or for the aces, which is funny because again, in the Magician we do have a disembodied hand. You know, for some reason I almost could think that that is her own hand. It's a very metaphysical kind of thing. Oh, nice. 2 Pentacles shows the balancing. Shows the balancing. Shows the danger or the, you know, the skill required. The importance of keeping things balanced. There's stakes. There's high stakes to this card. And yet, she does seem effortless and unpressed. She's keeping things going. Wow, 3 Pentacles. So this is weird because we have 2 birds and I don't see a 3rd bird. They have like little tools. So yeah, they're helping. So I guess there's 3 characters. They're all working together. They have all got tools. They're building this flower out of like this brick wall flower. Very interesting. It's not complete yet. They're doing the work together. It took me a minute. It's very interesting. Ooh, 4 Pentacles. This is the kind of deck. This is just the kind of deck, man. It's just delicious. You know, the foundation of the house. But this art is so cool. This is so trippy. Get the keys. For some reason they look like question marks until my eyes focused. They're keys. They're locks, I mean. This is the basement. The foundation. But why is it separated like that? Why, guys? Oh my. What an incredible image. So you get the 5 windows. Instead of 1 window, you've got the 5 windows. Wow. I don't know. This speaks to me of like strength in winter, of hibernation, sort of. Natural cycles. Less about punishment or unjust or unjust loss, and you know, more about the natural cycles. And it fits so perfectly. I love the way this gives me a new perspective that also fits so perfectly in with the old perspective. 6 of Pentacles. It's so broadening. This is what I want a deck to do. This is what I want a deck to do. Broaden my understanding. Branch out. 6 of Pentacles. Again, I'm trying to think of what the 6 of Pentacles in the RWS looks like. Which is one reason why I wish I didn't. I don't wanna do that, but I can't help it. Okay, that's right. It's the giving, right? Of course. The charity or wages. And so we have the pouring, and we have the scales. So he's pouring into one cup, and he's not pouring into the other cup. So that's interesting. Yes, very interesting. 7 of Pentacles. These really help you move past a stereotypical. Look at how she's got the apple that's cut in half. The tree is flowers. All different flowers. Like this is not a tree that exists in the real world, in nature. 8 of Pentacles. Just amazing. Wow. This is so good. It's just a full body experience. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. 10 of Pentacles. This has everything. I just don't have the words. Like, I have them, but I just don't even want to say them. They're just, it's all there. The elegance, the self-sufficiency, the luxury, the strength of the 9, the independence, the wealth. It's all there. 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. Interesting. I love, it's on a tree branch or a tree trunk. So you've got the rings of the trunk, and you got the, I love it. The generations. This is almost like an ancestor, or like he's visioning his, you know, or, well, he's already old. So yeah, I feel like, because at first I'm like, why is he away from the family? But yeah, I see him as kind of an ancestor, which I think of this card as being an ancestor card. Very much so. Page of Pentacles. Look at her. Oh my God. She's going to water her flower. She's going to water her dream, her goals. What you give water to, and sunshine and attention is what grows. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, too cool. Too cool. Queen of Pentacles. Very strange, honestly. This card gives me weird feelings. King of Pentacles. There you got like the master of things, you know. Masters of industry. Money and everything. And then the female king. She's got the kingdom in her hair. She's got the coin. She is a coin bank. Wow. This card is, or this deck is so cool. This is, who made this? Who made this deck? So this is like Salvador Dali, if he wasn't so disturbing, I guess. It is a very feminine energy. Like, it's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, because I guess the reason I said celebrate, because it is surrealist, really. I shouldn't say that like Dali's the only surrealist or anything. In my art, this is about Katrin Wellstein. In my art, I blur the lines between imagination and reality while exploring womanhood in many different ways. Wow. I hope that I didn't have my images all cut off for the longest time. I like to give my images a vintage, ethereal feel. During the creative process, I scan old paintings, photographs, and illustrations. I can see that. Making sure they're in the public domain. I work digitally and transform the scans by first tearing them apart. They're like puzzle pieces as I work together. Didn't even really realize that. So this is sort of collage, digital collage, but it doesn't feel like it to me. Which actually I like digital collage, but it just doesn't feel like that's what it is. And it certainly, it's no way does anything feel disjointed or like it wasn't. Yeah, wow. I work digitally and transform the scans by first, tearing them apart. They're like puzzle pieces that work together until they reveal a whole new meaning and tell an unknown story. I started to create digital images when my children were 2 and 4 years old. At that time, I was desperate to do something creative. The images helped me to be aware of my feelings and worries. I did not plan to make them public. They were very personal, private images. Then I created Christmas cards and sent them to my family and friends. I was surprised by the positive reactions I got. After this encouragement, I became more courageous and started to post my images online. Now I feel overwhelmed by all the positive feedback I have received. It is my motivation to go on with my work. I feel very blessed to be able to reach so many people's hearts and souls. That is really beautiful. I really want to look more into, you can follow her at Facebook, on Facebook, C. Wells Stein. Capital C, capital W, E-L-Z, capital S-T-E-I-N. Katrin is also the creator of Oracle of Mystical Moments. Oh, we're going to need that. We're going to need that. I love. So I love what it's so familiar and yet it's so original. This is what I love. This, if I created a deck, this is sort of something along the lines, not this particular style necessarily, but I love that it is so original and it is just, yeah, this is a breath of fresh air into all the clone decks, you know. It's just, I love it. So, you know, what do you guys think? What do you think I think? Do you think I like it? Yeah, I might pair it. If I was pairing one of these with this deck, I think it would be this one. I can't remember what it's called. I don't think this is a rhodochrosite. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got this black heart in the middle, and I just love it. Yeah, it does feel like it goes with this deck. This crystal has found a home. Guys, how? Seriously, how did she create this amazing deck? That's it, guys. Leave your comments below. Be sure to leave your contest entry, but please tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts on this amazing deck. Okay. Thank you so much. If you enjoy this content, please like this video and subscribe. If you'd like to enter the contest, subscribe and follow the contest rules. This is entry chance to win number 4. Until next time, be well.